So we've been learning how to draw and set up different parameters in the code.org studio here. So what we're going to look at in lesson 5 is variables. And what variables deal with is just like in math class, like x equals 7 or, x equals x plus 1, or y equals x plus 1. So what we're looking at here is the same idea. And there's some rules when it comes to creating variables. Labels can't have spaces. You can't start with a number. And capitalization and spelling must be exact. So if we can take a look here, we have a few errors. And in the first one, we can see variable is one dimension equals 100. Well, the first rule is it can't start with a 1, right? So we can see that there. The next thing that we're going to see is because we changed it here, it also has to be changed in the program because the spelling has to be the same. So now we can see we don't have that error. Now the next one that we can take a look at is we have variable equals y location. So what we're going to do is we're going to come here and we can see that down here it's not spelled exactly the same. We have the y here. So I've changed that and now my variable matches where I use my variable in my program. Variable size of circle. Well, if we want to do spaces, we would have to do underscores because we can't have a space. So we come down here and we now have our underscores. We can then, and again, I didn't see they use that variable twice. So I'm going to come here and we're going to see now I'm going to reset and run my program and we can see that works. So instead of putting exact numbers in here, I can do variables. Now the reason becomes as we go to bubble 6, why would we do that? Well, if we take a look here, we have all these different petal sizes, but we use the variable here equals 50. Instead of having to retype that multiple times, if I change the variable petal size to equal 70 and then click run on my program, we can see it changes all of these. So variables become useful when we're going to call for this information multiple times in our program like we can see here. So as we go to 7, I'm going to demonstrate A for you. Choose B, C, or D to practice before you get to the assessment. Again, you're going to want to complete all of these bubbles. But we can see here our variable is called circle size. We have the camel case going on with the capital S there, equals 400. We're going to fill it with crimson. And we're going to start at the 200 point. And what we want to do is increase our variable so that our entire screen is filled. So I can simply just come up here. I can change my variable, let's say to 800. I can reset and I solve that problem. So we're going to go to the last one, which is your assessment. We can see that we have two eyes that are different sizes. What they want you to do is to run the program and have both eyes equal the same size. So again, you're going to change that variable in the programming to make that occur. Variables are going to be an important part of our programming, so please practice, get used to how to create them at the beginning of the program and then how to call them in the program itself.